Previously on Coupled with Chaos Personal Podcast.
And I'm just trying to hold my body together. With, I don't know, sutures
We'll see.
and
Each
whatever.
week. Each week, we don't know.
Bandages.
We'll see what next week's surgery is. Home surgery. See if you can get that on Amazon. Maybe a Vine thing. Like a home surgery kit.
Kit.
Yeah, I could handle this. I could so do this. Anesthesia's a problem, though, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Crap. I'm just leather strap is where I'm headed. We'll pull the leather strap out of the other room.
You're funny.
I'm Kelly.
And I'm Steve.
And this is Coupled with Chaos.
As troublesome as going to a regular doctor would be, I have to imagine that every time we go to an emergency facility,
Urgent
excitement ensues. I've been. I think you went to the place. I've been there. I think once. When I did something to my ribs, and it wasn't open. I think I ended up going there for something else. I just don't remember what.
I've been to that one downtown a gazillion times for ear sinus infections, other infections.
I remember you going.
COVID.
You went to this place, and I really don't remember the details, and we hadn't talked about it, but you literally got turned away from there once, didn't you? Like, we're not seeing you.
Seems like it. I can't remember what it was about.
There was an event that happened, and they went, there's nothing we can do about this. It was because you'd had some other procedure, and your doctor had done, or maybe we had called them.
That was in Virginia. That was when I was pregnant with Holden, and I couldn't go to the bathroom, and I got up in the middle of the night, and I had to drive to the emergency room after my OB's nurse told me it was in my head when I told her I was having trouble going to the bathroom.
It's in your
and
head.
Then
It's not
the
my
very
head.
the very next day at night, I woke up and it was so emergency needed to go, and I couldn't go even a drop. And I went to the emergency room at the hospital because my abdomen was swollen and as big pregnant as I was already. Is distended the word?
Distended?
Yes, it was distended.
I'm like a doctor. I can do this.
I wasn't going to use a big word because you usually call me out for that.
I get it. I understand.
Yes,
I use big words.
It was distended.
I have a vocabulary.
And so they put a catheter in after they drained it. And they drained it. And then they put a catheter bag on my leg and sent me home. And then there was a problem, and there was bleeding involved in the bag. And so by Sunday. And so I went to my doctor's office. The first thing that opened was at my doctor/urgent care center. And I went there on Monday morning, was waiting when they opened. And they said they couldn't help because they didn't put because I was an OB patient. They said, when you're an OB patient, you're pregnant, you can only see your OB. So then I drove across town to the oceanfront, and I went and waited for my OB's office to open, which was a little later. Then they said, we can't take it out because we didn't put it in.
Sure.
Whoever put it in has to take it out. I said, well, I don't know who it was. It was somebody in the hospital emergency room. And so they had to look up my chart and find out who the attending doctor was that night. And it was some urologist from another city who wasn't even going to be at the hospital that day, and had to then wait until 5:00 that day to meet him at his office in downtown another city. And then he fixed it. And he knew immediately what the problem was, too. He fixed that also.
I remember the issue. This would have been shoulder surgery and your pain med pump, right?
Oh, the pump. Yeah, I didn't go anywhere.
I remember that. Phone. Yes, this is what I'm thinking about.
We couldn't reach anybody.
So,
nobody knew who the doctor was, the anesthesiologist who put it in. That was the problem.
So, explain what this is in your shoulder. When this happens, this specific thing. You've had multiple surgeries in your shoulder.
Yeah.
We're pros at this.
Oh, you're talking about that incident?
I'm talking about the pain.
Yeah, it was a nerve block pump.
Mm-hmm.
It was a continuous nerve block infusion pump that they can send you home with that steadily pumps some numbing medication to the nerves that go to your arm, in my case. And it doesn't like take pain away, but it just takes the edge off so the nerves don't respond quite so intensely. And it helps give some relief because I don't use pain medications. And so
on your third surgery,
yeah,
we're pros about this. What they do is they put it in your shoulder and it's taped up.
Yeah, that was the second one. I had it. The third one, they don't do the pump anymore because it notoriously has problems like that.
As we had with the second one then.
And so I did an injectable 3-day.
It's like
injection.
a Flintstones. That's what they should do. Like a chewable.
Yeah. Yeah, the second time that I had the pump was when it wasn't clipped together properly where the valve was attached. It wasn't the tube wasn't in there properly, and so it was just leaking out, and I never got any of it.
And it came out, and we called.
It was, and we didn't know how to open the valve, but we could have reinserted it. They showed us after we took it back, but it was too late then. But I didn't need it. I didn't even take Tylenol. That one actually wasn't that painful.
But
it wasn't like the first one.
They wouldn't like redo this. So the funny thing
because they didn't do it
is when you do this, and this is like for me, I'm a little squeamish when it comes to these things. I have to, it's literally in you and you grab it. And
and you had to pull the catheter out of my neck. They put it in the side of the neck for the shoulder. Ugh.
Yeah, I should get paid for that.
It feels very bizarre when
like
you pull
it out,
I have to say.
I am like a doctor. I mean,
I can't believe you did that because you're so squeamish about this stuff.
I don't like squeamish.
I had a hole in my neck.
The word, I don't think. Well, you have to. Ultimately, if I would rather not do something, right, I would rather not. If I have to, then I have to. If there's a way out, then I want this way out. What happened here is last week we talked about your leg. And that you had this hunk taken out of your leg. And results came back and we're cool with everything. They got all of whatever it was out.
With my leg this time?
Yeah. They got it all out. The test came back all good?
No.
They didn't.
They didn't do any tests.
I thought they tested all the skin around it or what they took out. And
you're talking about at
your leg.
The dermatologist's office. Well, you were talking about urgent care, so I thought you were talking about the trip I just made yesterday.
We're about to get there, I think.
Oh, okay.
Now, welcome to the path of you. Last week you had your leg cut open.
Right, a week before last, yeah.
Yeah.
So
this is last week's podcast that we're talking about.
Yeah. So last year I had this mole scraped and it came back, the pathology report, severely abnormal tissue, and it was abnormal to the edges of what they removed, which meant that there could still be more cells because they have to remove a patch that has clear margins to know that they got the whole thing. So they told me this year, we're going to have to take a bigger patch off your leg to make sure we get any remaining cells. Sure. So they made, a decent sized incision, we'll say, and removed it, stitched it up, and it hasn't gone well.
Here's where I'm getting it. So they stitched it up once and then didn't like it.
Yeah, they didn't like it because it didn't lay flat at the end when they got to the end. Because it's not like individual stitches, it's like a suture line. Mm-hmm. So it's a continuous, thing, like you're stitching a quilt. And so when they got to the end, it was kind of puckered. So she goes, yeah, I don't like that. So they took scissors and they cut through the whole thing and pulled it back out and then did it again.
This is the part I don't like. This is where I'm going to maybe where the current problem is. Because where did we sit? Let's go, I guess, Saturday morning. Saturday morning, we're at a spot where you go, yeah, this isn't so good.
Yeah.
And so without being too descriptive, be descriptive about what's going on with your leg on Saturday.
Well, I was
morning.
actually thinking on Friday that it wasn't looking so good. It started getting red like on Wednesday, and I started taking a picture of it each night when I took the bandage off starting Wednesday so that I could compare and see, is this getting redder? Is it getting less red? Like, how is it changing from day to day? Because it wasn't looking right to me midweek, and it had been done the Friday before. I had looked it up, and typically any, irritation, redness, swelling, whatever, is supposed to peak at the third day and then get better after that. We were way past that already. And the redness started after that. And the puffiness and all this itching, intensely, irritation was coming later. And so I started taking a picture each day to look at the progress, and it was looking worse.
You should throw these pictures in an AI and go, hey.
I did.
Oh, good.
I did, and it told me to seek medical attention
I was
immediately.
always going to say that.
No, it didn't. It said, this looks like a possible infection in the incision or a reaction to sutures. I could be allergic to the suture.
It could have said, hey, you should start an OnlyFans.
So I actually did call the dermatologist's office at 3:00 on Friday when I got home to say, hey, can I send you a picture of this? It doesn't look right to me.
Like, ooh, I don't want to see that.
And actually, their recording at 3:00 in the afternoon on Friday said they were closed. And I was like, really? Okay. And so I waited till Saturday.
It's Mother's Day weekend.
On Saturday,
got barbecue.
On Saturday, as you know,
I smoke a brisket.
I took the bandage off, and it had like some little yellow dots on the gauze, which
That's a bad color.
It was probably oozing something.
It's not a good color when it comes to that.
And so that concerned me. And it was definitely puffier and more intensely red. And it was getting red on the suture line, too.
As someone who has repeatedly, over a 30-year period, ignored many wounds, I can tell you that yellow is the bad color.
Is bad.
Yes.
Yes. And so I tried calling, first thing in the morning, the after-hours physician number that was on my discharge papers.
This would be similar to the other issues that we've had. You have to talk to the person who did this.
Yes. And so she told me if any of these kinds of issues happen to call this number. So I go find the paper and I call the number, and it says your number cannot be completed as dialed. I tried it both with a 1 and without a 1, and I got the same thing.
Do you have to do that anymore with a 1?
I didn't the first time, but it said couldn't be completed as dialed. So I tried it with the 1, and it was the same thing. It was just a bad number.
You need a symbol or something.
I go, well, crap. So I thought, well, maybe I'll leave a message for somebody. Maybe they'll check messages. So I called the office again. This was Saturday. And I listened to the entire recording. And at the very end, it said, if you need to speak to an after-hours physician.
Tough luck.
For something medically urgent, called. It said 682-30-0136. I go, 30 what? 0136. You're missing a digit.
Yeah, you're not giving out somebody's phone number here. They forgot one. They forgot one?
They forgot one. That was
almost enough.
One digit short.
It's a good
I listened to it. I called and I listened to it again. It's the same thing. And I just slapped my forehead. This is stupid. So I'm like, what do I do now? So I, as you said, I put the pictures in AI, and it's like, yeah, you need to be seen for that. And then I sent the pictures to somebody we used to go to church with in Virginia who is a nurse. And she said, yeah, you need to go to urgent care. So off I went. Now, we were celebrating Mother's Day on Saturday.
We'll get into that later.
By the time we got back, it was like 4:12 when we got to this point where I go, okay, I got to go to urgent care. And I looked in our new location, which only you have been to, that's right around the corner from our house for urgent care. closes earlier than all the other urgent
there.
care centers.
I went there because yellow stuff was coming out of my eyeball.
Right. And it closed
Literally.
at 4.
Right. I mean,
so
literally.
I missed this by 12 minutes. And so then I had to go downtown to the one we used to go to all the time.
If yellow stuff is coming out of your eye, you should go see a doctor. We're not a medical podcast, but this is what I learned. Go see a doctor.
That's great.
Yeah. He went, oh, my. Oh.
So I went down there. I waited for like an hour in a room, and there was nobody there. There were only 3 cars in the parking lot, and mine was one of them. And finally, after I messaged you that there was nobody there and I'd been waiting in the room for an hour and that I was wasting my time, the doctor finally came in.
It got quiet. Either you didn't make it or you saw a doctor. I knew one of those two things.
I was legitimately thinking they forgot I was in there.
It's cold in there. You could freeze.
Yeah. So the nurse, when she took my vitals, said that she didn't think they could do anything about it because it had sutures in it and they didn't put them in.
Here we go.
She goes, we can't take them out or anything. I said, I'm not trying to get them out. I'm getting them out on Friday. I'm trying to stop infection from happening. I don't want my leg to be fussy and fall off before Friday. So the doctor finally came in and she kind of says, well, follow-up care is supposed to be done by whoever did the procedure. I said, well, I'm aware. And as I said when I came in, I have tried repeatedly multiple ways to reach them and they're unreachable.
So what do we do?
And I said, and she was like, well, but they're really supposed to do the follow-up care. I go, well, I realize that, but I can't get a hold of them. And it's Saturday, and that would mean waiting until Monday. And I'm pretty sure the appearance of this warrants some treatment before Monday, does it not? She says, well, yes. Well, okay, then, here we are.
We've gotten past this.
Yeah, so she calls
Did you turn it off
a prescription
and turn it back on again? I just hate all of this. I hate when you, I don't know, there should be there used to be like it's a Gallagher bit, like a stupid sticker, or maybe it was a George Carlin bit. Like eventually, if you drove past somebody and they did something stupid, you could just shoot them with like this suction cup and it would stick to their car. And then you could identify like, okay, this person does stupid things. I'm not stupid. I just do stupid things. I'd like the opposite to go like you could get some credit to where, when you call for an IT issue and you've done, and you're really not dumb. You're really not inexperienced.
It's like when you have to call Spectrum and they're like, well, did you turn off the router and turn it back on? Did you unplug it for 3 minutes and plug it back in? It's like, hello, I wasn't born yesterday. I've had computers for, 30 years?
I want to be able to go,
I've done all this stuff.
This is Steve or this is Kelly. Whatever, AI should know something. We've dealt with all these things. This would be very helpful to go, this is Kelly. Kelly has been through some things before and fully understands insurance, understands the process here. And really, there's yellow pus shooting out of her leg. And this is all she's trying to do.
Yeah. So internally, what I really want to say is, do you really think that I know that they're supposed to do it? I've already paid for them to do any follow-up care on this thing. You think I want to be here paying another $60 for somebody else to take care of something I already paid for?
Right.
No.
I
if you
think
know me, the answer is no.
You probably.
So the fact that I'm here is a good indicator you probably need to do something.
Bet you could have left there with a prescription of Oxy or something.
Shh. And so as long as that took, I got in my car and I drove straight to the pharmacy. I arrived at the counter at Kroger at 5:59 and they were closing at 6. They literally were already emptying the registers and had pulled all the gates closed except the one at the last register. And they hadn't even filled it yet. So they filled it right then, checked me out, and then shut the gate.
We can give you something for the pain, but not for the infection. I would like, here's what we're going to do. We can give you this gift card for Home Depot, and we can get you a bone saw. I don't know if you get a bone saw at Home Depot. Probably at Dick's or
Sawzall.
A hunting. Oh, I got that. If you use a Sawzall or a Portaband, this is more technical. I think you would use a Portaband to cut a leg off. Not that I have experience doing these things. Should probably stop talking about that right now. Mm-hmm. But sometimes it's hard. Sometimes you got to fit body parts in a tight little container.
You're killing me. At this point, I have had 2 doses of antibiotics. I'm getting ready to take the 3rd one here shortly. And it was way more painful today. Burning, very tender, uncomfortable. And I had to do a lot of sitting today, and that's like kind of sitting on it. And so there was a lot of, sweaty pressure on it with chairs. And it was very uncomfortable. It was burning and stinging. And
it happens
bothering
when
me
I
all
pee
day.
sometimes.
Oh my gosh. You're killing me.
I'm sorry. It's later
Slowly.
than normal.
It's taking 31 years, and you're still just slowly killing me.
That's it. Well, I think science is going to beat me to the punch. Infection is going to set in.
At this point, yeah.
Right.
So I took the bandage off today, and it still is oozing something. So
that's probably not good.
It looks not good.
That's good. Well, hopefully we're around next week. We'll talk about more fun stuff. Like
I had a good run.
Yeah, you had a good run. Yeah. We'll see how it goes when we come back.
Thank you for listening.
You can listen to the rest of this episode
by subscribing to our Coupled with Chaos channel on Apple,
by subscribing to our Patreon,
or by subscribing to our Supercast
for $3.99 a month,
where you can hear us talk about reality shows,
real life, and more on our podcasts,
covering shows airing on TLC, A&E, Bravo, and the WE Network.
Just follow the instructions in the show notes.
Tell your friends about this podcast.
And rate and review us on your favorite podcast player.
Follow us at Coupled with Chaos on all the socials.
Or contact us directly by email at coupledwithchaos@gmail.com.